What's up, everybody? James Duggan here at E3 2018. Joining me is Tom Marks. Hello. Tom, take a look around you. Everybody that you see, everything the light touches is envious of you right now because you got to see a 45-minute behind closed doors PC demo of Cyberpunk 2077.
I did.
Straight away, what did you think?
Dude, it's really cool. It's just incredible after 6 years to finally see this game actually be a real game, and it's a really cool game. It's a first-person RPG shooter. Like, it's basically a first-person shooter. Yeah, and there's a lot of abilities you can use, and there's like tons of customization you can do to kind of choose how you want to play it. But it's got the RPG side of it, where there's dialogue choices and quests you take, and branching kind of skill trees and paths. There are 6 skills you level up as you go, but then also when you're in combat and you're in the heat of the moment, you have guns. It's first person and you're shooting people, and when you shoot them, little number blips show up for damage, and they have levels, and yeah, it's kind of similar to like Borderlands Deus Ex in that way.
That's very interesting. Do you think it's similar in terms of structure to what we saw in The Witcher 3 narratively? There are going to be a ton of side missions, big open world, or do you think it's more linear?
No, I think it is at its core kind of a CD Projekt Red Witcher style game at like the heart of it. And by that I mean like you are going to be going on quests. You are going to be you create your own character. It's a custom character, but the character's name is V. Whether you're a man or a woman or anything like that, you are V. You are this mercenary, and it is a bespoke character, right? You have a story that you follow within that. So even though you're making your own thing and you kind of get to make a lot of choices about how you play, it will be this kind of core RPG experience that I think a lot of people want. And that's why it was so exciting to me to see this game finally and realize that it's not just The Witcher Cyberpunk, but it is so much more than that, and it's so what I was hoping for. It really feels like its own game, and God, I'm just really excited.
All right, I have to ask you about tone.
Yeah.
Thematically and narratively, the first trailer we saw was kind of this edgelord, Ghost in the Shell, look at me, how beautiful but deadly I am.
Right.
And the second one was just oozing with style and fun and charisma, and it almost looked like a weird futuristic GTA. So where did your gameplay demo land on that spectrum?
It was more on that side of it. I mean, I like it. You know, the Blade Runner comparisons happened a lot when the first trailer happened. The game actually felt almost more like Fifth Element world to me, right? Like there are I know Fifth Element had flying cars, but like cars are still driven. Like there are only some flying cars. It's a very bright world. Like it's very kind of quirky in that sense, but it is also dark. CD Projekt in the demo said it's a mature experience intended for mature audiences. There were naked women in the demo I played. There was a lot of gore and blood, right? Like it's definitely a mature game in that sense. They also said that they want people, when they were talking about it being a mature game, they said they also want people to experience its world as well as the people in it, which kind of lends it to being romances of some kind, I think was the implication there. Yeah, so it's got a very adult tone, but not like just edgelord, like you said.
Very interesting. All right, so tell me, are there vehicles? Are we going to be getting into some kind of wacky tanks and ridiculous sci-fi planes? It seems like thematically it lends itself to that.
Tanks and planes I don't know about, but we did get into like kind of what was like a futuristic Lamborghini, and you drove around the city, because it doesn't feel like sprawling in the way that something like GTA does, but you were driving through the city, and as you went, like there was like a car that pulled out, that was like a van pulled in front of us, started shooting at us, and we like had our AI companion take the wheel and like leaned out the window and started shooting back at them. So there were like road fights like that. I think there's going to be a very large world. Night City is the location, and they said it'll change as you make decisions through the game. You have a level, but then you also have street cred, and you can increase your street cred through items and completing missions, and as your street cred grows, more of the open world opens up to you. So there's kind of this, it's not just going to be like, am I strong enough to fight here? It's also going to be like, am I cool enough to be here? Because one of the 6 stats is like strength, intelligence, constitution, and then one of them is cool. Like literally one of your stats is how cool are you? And that's straight out of Cyberpunk 2020, the tabletop game.
My cool stat is 0. All right, I'll be honest with you, Tom. I feel like I'm throwing darts at a board, and every one of them is a bullseye because you're just giving me all these juicy details with these questions. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Man, I don't know. Like, I think that there's a chance that some of the systems in the game, like, obviously I didn't go hands-on, so, like, whether the gunplay feels good or feels like kind of Fallout 3 RPG-style gunplay, like, I don't know yet, right? Whether the driving is actually fun or whether it feels very on rails, I don't know yet. What I can say is that, like, I was excited for Cyberpunk to see what it was, and now that I've seen what it was, I'm, like, more excited about this game. So I think there's still potential that some of these systems don't quite land, but that doesn't mean that I'm not hyped about them existing.
Fantastic. Tom Marks, ladies and gentlemen, he got to see 45 minutes of Cyberpunk 2077 at E3 2018. For all things Cyberpunk, as well as anything CD Projekt Red, you're already in the right place at IGN.